29 is just, if you see statute, it says an employer of a volunteer firefighter as defined in section 424A, subdivision 10. That's what is on page 29, that definition. It's just been brought to my attention by the League of Minnesota Cities that since our volunteer firefighters are paid a stipend, they must be paid no less than every 31 days. They are volunteer firefighters, but according to this definition for this statute, they don't fall under a volunteer that can make an agreement to be paid less often. So we have to pay them, we're supposed to be paying them at least every 31 days. So right now we're paying them every 6 months. So I just wanted council to be aware.
That doesn't require a motion though, that's
It
just.
doesn't, it just needed, yeah. It just
Mandatory.
needed, yeah, right. And it actually is gonna make it easier because the first of the year, the state is enforcing that Minnesota Paid Leave Act, which I will have to quarterly report everybody's wages, including council and volunteer firefighters. And I'll have that information to report quarterly if we're paying them more often, so it'll actually help. It'll be extra paperwork, but it'll help.
So, all this time, we've been not paying the firefighters like we're supposed to?
Right.
Does it say anywhere what we're supposed to do when we bring in money?
No, back paying?
And if you were,
Is there back pay?
paid per call, if you weren't paid per call, then we wouldn't have to pay you this often.
Everybody okay there?
That's great information, thank you, Terry.
Moving on, consideration of partial payment as full settlement for fire call invoice. Council to consider accepting a payment of $500 as full and final payment on an $800 fire call invoice number 2024-51.
I received a request due to financial hardship from this individual. So what I'm looking for is a motion to accept payment of $500 in full satisfaction and settlement of the $800 fire call invoice 2024-51 and waive remaining balance owed with no further claims regarding this invoice.
I'll make a motion to accept that $500 for payment.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item. Approval of preliminary engineering services agreement for 2027 street project. Council to consider approving a contract with Bolton and Menk for preliminary engineering services related to the 2027 street improvement project. It's on pages 30 to 33.
All right, I don't know if you had a chance to read it. The 2016, we did a feasibility report, and now we're getting ready towards that 2027 project to actually move on and do something on this. And because we've had a couple issues with storm sewers over the years settling and that kind of stuff, some sinkholes and whatnot, thought it'd be best to have it checked out and make sure, is there any bad spots in the pipe that need to be replaced, or do we go ahead and just patch a few spots we know are there and make them correct and then fix the street. The cost of doing that stuff televising through these guys is $12,800. I had reached out for another price just to see how that fit, and I haven't heard back. But their costs, if we want to move ahead with this to get the ball rolling so we can update the maps and figure out what we're going to have to do, what the scope of that project is going to be that's where we're looking at.
And it looks like the sooner the better, right? I mean, we got it before the ground freezes. We need it.
Yeah, if we're gonna do that, sewer televising, yes,
Sewer
we need to
televising.
get it going, so, yeah. I think it's, since we've already invested so much in the feasibility report, just updating this is probably gonna be our cheapest option. I think we spent $30,000 last time on it, so it's just something, bring it up and get this ball rolling so we can get the street project done.
We have a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
We have a second.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item.
Splash pad, 3436. I don't know if we got official approval or not. Anyway, this is what our proposed plan today, what it's gonna look like in the park. And I just included, or gave you a couple sheets with the breakdown of what I anticipate the total cost is gonna be, and what a picture of it, and kind of a computer drawn picture of it, kind of like. There's a few more items on latest on the last one, that's not on this picture here, but it gives you a rough idea of what we're looking at. So, like I say, I don't know if I got a final approval or not before, I just want to make sure I'm moving ahead with this, and these are, looks like they'll be our final prices, and the people that are going to be doing the work. If I can, I'd like to try and get this directional boring done this fall yet, so we got time to start getting the ground setting back in the ball field before they want to play ball next spring. Straighten up, so, but,
Does this picture include everything?
no. No, all the features on page 34, 34. There are some of them on here, but there'll be some more in the corners, top right corner, bottom left corner. Then number 5 isn't on here, and it's been rearranged a little bit since then.
Right.
But, yeah, roughly what's not on here will be ground sprays, or what they call a puddle, which is like a ball you step on and it sprays up around it.
But this proposal,
That's the
Yes,
latest price
everything.
as of Friday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we finally got. Yes, sir. That's a summary of the proposals I've gotten, I guess. And it might sort of, I will say too, the Lions sort of the other day to donate 10,000 towards this too.
Oh, nice.
So
That's great.
we're gonna have enough funds to, and looking at sidewalks and everything in here, trying to get that all included at the same time. Make it a nice project. It's hopefully by Memorial Day now, since it didn't make this fall, but considering now they're 22 weeks out, so we need to get something signed pretty quick if we wanna get it done, and get on the schedule and get rolling.
So this is what you're asking us to approve then?
Yeah, I think
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve as presented for the splash pad quote.
Do we have a second?
I will second it.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Bruce.
Next item, annual approval of liability coverage waiver form. Council to review and approve the liability coverage waiver form for the upcoming year as required, 37.
We sign it every year.
That's just to renew the LSE.
It's
Motion to
the,
approve.
it's the coverage waiver, liability coverage waiver.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, proposal to lease new copier for administration department. Council to consider approving a lease agreement with Marco for an updated copier, including terms and costs. Pages 38 through 40.
We've had our current copier for 5 years. We have a 5-year lease, the same company. And they track how much we use, and if we go over what our original agreement was, we get charged per copy. And so we have been having a few issues with the copier, and so this is to update it with the new machine, and also update our plan a little bit to reflect what we're actually using, including the extra color copies we'll be making with having the newsletter go out 4 times a year rather than 2. So, the price is gonna go up roughly $600 a year.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
I will make that motion to approve it.
Do I have a second?
I'll say,
Any discussion on the motion?
just a quick question, so with overpaying on 5 copies, will it be close to the same price, or is that the $600?
That's gonna be about the $600, yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item. Request to authorize comp time accrual beyond 64 hours for deputy clerk. Council to consider granting an exception to the comp time policy to allow deputy clerk to accrue comp time at regular pay rate beyond the 64-hour limit.
Basically, what I'm asking for is Christy is scheduled to work 32 hours a week, and sometimes she works a little more than that. And so we wanted to know if we could bank those hours. If she works like 34 hours, if we can bank that, it wouldn't be like comp time at time and a half, because it's not overtime, but bank those hours so on weeks when she's short or leaves early, you know, just to
So-
make up the time.
So this is actually for Christie?
Yeah.
Motion to approve.
What are we calling this before I make a motion? I'll make a motion to authorize comp time accrual for the deputy clerk.
Yes. Our current personnel policy doesn't address part-time employees,
Sure.
which 32 hours, according to our personnel policy, is considered part-time.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
So, okay.
You make a motion?
I did.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, I have a question. So are you looking to store more than 64 hours for her? Or am I
It's like
reading-
if she works more than 64 hours in 2 weeks, I'll just put it in a bank, and then the next pay period, if she only works 60, we can take it out of that bank to bring it up to 64. It's just to keep her
I'm
check.
just looking at, so all of a sudden we won't have 300 hours, we'll.
No, and we can cap how many hours, if you want to put that in the motion, if you would like to cap how many hours.
What would be a reasonable cap in your opinion?
40,
40?
I think would be plenty.
For 2 weeks?
Would you like to?
No, per year, at any time, that's the maximum she could have in her bank.
So I'll rescind my first motion and I will reword it to approving comp time accrual with a cap of 40 hours for deputy clerk.
Okay, for the second?
Mhm.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I'm confused when it says deputy clerk.
That's her
And then we're
title.
doing it,
That's Christie's title, deputy clerk.
And what is the normal policy that we have now?
It doesn't address part-time employees, which she's considered part-time.
Right.
So it doesn't say anything then?
No, correct. For full-time employees, we can comp our time, but it's at time and a half
Right.
because it's overtime.
And
Did
this
that
is-
answer your question?
Yes, I have one more, but
Well, I have a
Where is-
question, so you
Okay.
think of that. Is this, and I hate to keep bringing city attorney up, but this doesn't violate any wage laws? Where's
No,
the-
I looked it up. It
Okay,
doesn't violate
all right.
wage laws.
I figured you had.
So if she were to work, more than 40 hours, then we would have to comp it at time and a half.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening.
My question is to, and this is a great discussion, I love the conversation here. 64 hours is considered full-time at a lot of places. Why can't we be the same?
We can address that at the budget meeting I have planned for next Monday. I'm going to be bringing that up.
I was full-time for 16 years at 64 hours.
Yep.
So
So then you gotta pay insurance.
Mhm.
There's that too.
You have to pay.
Yeah.
there's that too.
everything changes. then.
Yeah.
Now, does this would have to be renewed periodically at every year, or this isn't set where that's it forever, right?
So what I did was made an agreement that she would have to sign. And I would think that with any employee, she could rescind that if she wanted to, or any new hire that would, replace her or be part-time could sign that paper. It's just for me to have in her personnel file.
Now, this is just for Christie, right? Yeah.
She's the only part-time employee we have, yeah.
I like her a ton,
Mhm.
but for whatever reason, if she quit and we got a new person to take her place, would this go with that new person, or would that have to
We could offer it to them.
be?
It's not automatic.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on, resolution 2025-25, approval of private insurance agreement through Shelter Point for Minnesota Paid Leave Act compliance, pages 41 and 42.
So, the Minnesota Paid Leave Act goes into effect January 1st, and then we will have to pay, if we go through the state, this insurance will have to pay 0.88% of our wages to this as an insurance premium. The state is allowing us to go through private insurance if we want to. And so through our health insurance company, I got this quote from Shelter Point, and their underwriters came with 0.59%. Based on our employee data, they can offer us a cheaper rate. So if you agree to that, we have to have it approved by resolution, then I have to apply to the state that we have the private insurance, yeah, and then get signed up for it through Shelter Point. It's a standalone product, they don't require that we have any other insurances through them.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-25.
Do we have a second?
1 second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, is on that 5.9, that's the lowest you found?
Yeah, they actually, some people based on, the employee data came out way higher
Okay.
than the state offered. So it's, mostly men, women are past childbearing ages, so we get a better rate.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, 2025-26, a resolution to adopt ordinance violation complaint procedure related to zoning and code enforcement.
Just over the past year, there's been a growing number of complaints about ordinance enforcement, and we currently don't have a written policy in place, and it's created confusion and accusations of unfairness. So I would like to have a policy and procedure in place, so I know what my role is, Katie knows what her role is, everybody's doing everything the same way. I did draft this policy and then had Katie look at it and see if it fell within what her roles are. And then staff got together, all 5 of us got together and reviewed it together and made any changes that, you know, we discussed. And then I had the attorney review it. So this is the final product I'm bringing to you for approval.
Our attorney signed off on it then?
Yes.
Okay. And you guys are okay with it? Any other discussion? First, let's get a motion. Do I have a motion to approve?
I will make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Any discussion on the motion?
Just what happens with the current violations? We still move forward with them?
They're pretty much wrapped up. I mean, I think she said she had one that
Okay.
she was waiting for,
Okay.
but we can discuss that at the meeting on,
Sure.
at the planning and zoning meeting on, Monday. But I thought she said that there was just one that she didn't feel was resolved.
He was here earlier, and I think he promised me 2 weeks to be resolved. I'm guessing the same one.
Sure, well, that's great.
That
Any
was
further
my only
discussion?
question. And then under 7, that first bullet, I don't know if that's a typo or not. You guys may have caught that already, but you can take a peek at that. Maybe it's not, but I read these through really clearly.
What page you got?
Under 7, records and transparency, all complaints, follow-up actions. Maybe it's not.
Just the equal thing?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just that, just FYI.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you, Tammy, for all of that.
Next item is resolution 2025-27. Approval of contract with Current for utility billing software services. Council to consider entering into a service agreement for utility billing software, including setup and support. Pages 50 to 52.
So last year, we entered a contract with G-Works, and it's never been, we're still with UB Max, which is unsupported. We never did the transition to G-Works, who bought UB Max. And it isn't, nobody that has made the transition is happy with it. There's been legal action taken against them. We're kind of muddling through. Our contract is up at the end of the year. I did have the attorney review it. She suggested that we give them notice as soon as possible that we want to go with a different company. And I found a different company. That's Current is the name of the company. And it looks great, and the people I've talked to that use them had nothing but glowing things to say about them. Bacchus uses them, and Christy actually went up and watched her do an entire billing cycle, and it looks like it would be a really good thing. It's also going to take some of the responsibility and work off of administration's plate, because we won't be taking money out of people's accounts anymore for auto pay. They set it up themselves through a customer portal. And and I really like that. They also have this, through this customer portal, they also have a, where you can go in and as a customer, you can look in and see what your usage is, what your history is.
I have something for the console forum. Excuse me, ma'am.
So it's a really nice setup. But they put together a small town pricing for us.
I see that. 40%
Um,
small city discount.
Yeah, so it'll be $400 a month. But that comes out of the water and wastewater
What do we pay now?
fund. I think with G-Works, we paid $2,800 for the year, so whatever that turns out. But it isn't, we paid for something we're not even getting.
Right. Is there gonna be an early termination fee if we were to drop them down?
We don't want to do that until we're
We have.
completely transitioned over to this one, because in their master service agreement, it says they can cut off our access to all information. So what we would like to do is get this current up and running and just run them both until the end of the year, until everything's, we make sure all
So
the.
that it can
everything's
transition like
transferred.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Couple thousand a year more. right? That's it, more than a month.
Yep.
It's 233 before.
And then the
Thanks for getting them up.
implementation fee is a one-time fee of $2,500.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I will make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I'll be so beneficial.
Okay, moving on, resolution 2025-28, resolution to certify unpaid charges to property taxes, page 53.
And then I emailed you all separately the list. It's only one account on there. It's an unpaid garbage for $817.22.
I'll make a motion to approve that resolution.
Do I have a second? Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Is there any other new business to come forward? Moving on. Public forum. Anyone who would like to speak to the council?
Speak. I just want to update you what I've been doing. The one-person show here. I've contacted all the businesses about trick or treat, and the pumpkin will go in all their windows. In fact, we have 3 more businesses this year. And I've been personally going to all the businesses to try to get them to decorate for Christmas.
This is through the Lions, right, Sherry?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. And I found some people that didn't know we even did this, so it hasn't been all wasted time. And then I have a list that'll get updated and everything will be out by Friday or Monday in the businesses as far as this goes. So that's all I want to tell you what I've been doing.
Hard to believe that's right around the corner.
I know it.
Wonderful, Sherry.
Still have to pick out my costume.
Yeah, I mean, never.
Council forum, Steve, I think you said you had something?
Yeah, I just want to say, I have absolutely nothing against the AARP. I think it's a good deal. My complaint, a little bit from what I've heard, is the $25 renting this room. It got turned down. I've heard people come to me on the flower or the garden club, wanted to have their meeting here, and they still could, but it's charged $25. And that's why I mentioned, are these people paying? I just think the garden club works real hard for the city with the pots, and takes their time to do everything and watering them and everything, and I didn't think it was. It seems like it's sometimes, it should be the same across the board. The guy that does the gun club, I don't know if I don't have a clue whether he's being charged for the room or not, but,
They haven't used this room since I worked here.
okay.
And normally we waived it for him.
And as far as the garden club goes, when they called and asked, I said they could bring it to council and they weren't interested.
And as far as.
I don't have the authority to waive these fees. They
No,
would have to-
I'm not, I'm just
Yeah.
voicing what I hear.
Yeah.
It seems like all the garden club goes to the church that I go to, so like you gotta, everybody's.
Well, you also, and I really value your opinion greatly, Steve, and I think it's great that we're having an open conversation here tonight. I love it. I wish every meeting could be like this. But the thing of it is we gotta, AARP is a national figure.
Oh, no, I.
And then for them to even think about Motley, I mean, we gotta, I totally get what you're saying with fairness across the board, $25 should be everywhere. But I think this is a great opportunity for our town, and I just think that, maybe we should look into not charging the garden club.
I think from what I hear, what we should do is have somebody who knows some people in the garden club, let them know that if they want to use the room, but $25 free, all they have to do is come to the council and get an answer, because like she said, she doesn't have the.
She doesn't have the authority, and she offered it to them, and they didn't want it.
I'm not saying that at all.
So if they want to come in and, have the fee waived, all they have to do is come and ask us. And I don't think we're going down or something.
Right, like AARP did.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just my opinion as far as how we vote. I can't speak for everybody too.
I agree with you completely.
But I think the garden club should at least ask us before they decide that we're, not going to cooperate.
if they weren't interested, I did not hear that. I totally agree.
Okay.
That's it. For me.
We value your opinion, Steve. That's what while we're on it, are you through with that?
Any other council forum?
Me, if I could, please.
Go ahead.
I think that the public forum needs to be moved to the top of the agenda. Poor Sherry has sat here for an hour and 50
Oh, but I
minutes.
gotta tell you something, I learned some stuff today that I can take back to some other meeting. I go
Sure,
to.
and that's great. So if you want to sit for the whole thing, that's fine. But I think that the public forum should be moved to the top of the agenda because they're having to sit here for everything. But if you choose to stay because you learn things, that's great.
I did.
We discussed that a couple of years back,
Yeah.
too, remember?
It's just, I just think that they should have it, if they're here and they're willing to come here and spend the time to be here at our meetings, that they should be respected and moved to the top of the list, not.
And then they can go home.
And then they can go home, carry on, make dinner, or do whatever,
Is there anything saying we can't move the public forum, Pat, or?
I didn't work here at the time, but I thought it used to be at the beginning and council moved it to the end on purpose.
No.
Oh, really?
I
Just
thought
agree.
that's the way it was.
Al, do you remember when you were mayor? It's
Oh, it's
always
always
been.
It's always been on the bottom.
Has it?
Has it?
Okay.
What do you think?
It was never on the top since I've been here.
Okay.
I think it'd be a lot more respectful to the public to have them first.
And then when I quit MCEO, I just put them at the beginning. So they could kind of
Yeah,
hear
right.
me.
I mean, out of respect to them and their time and their presence here, let's get them their voices heard first. And if they want to stay for other ideas, they're more than welcome to. But if they want to carry on, they can just say what they want and leave.
So do you want to do that? Do we need a motion for that? Can we just do it?
Motion we could make a motion, but, yeah, I have no problem with it. Just see how it works out.
Sure.
But the flip side is if you get a lot of people coming to the public forum, it could extend the meeting for everybody else.
Sure.
Otherwise, the whole meeting has to sit and wait.
But then there's a 3-minute timer. have if they
Yeah,
do.
I can see how that'll be enforced too.
Right.
I mean, no, we can put it up there, I have no problem with that.
That's-
You want a motion on that?
I do.
Somebody want to make a motion to approve moving the public forum to the beginning of the, let's see, where we're at. Bring it in below number 4.
After additions or deletions to the agenda,
Just before the consent agenda.
I will make a motion to move the public forum to right after additions and deletions to the agenda and before consent agenda.
Wait a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
One more thing. Fall Fest was this last weekend and it was well attended and sat down there and it's a good time. So.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yeah, the fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds and then there was a dance in the pavilion. Yep, it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No, just.
Okay, we're at upcoming meetings and important dates. P and Z meeting Monday, October 20th, 2 p.m. at City Hall. Budget meeting Monday, October 20th, 3 p.m. City Hall. Driving communities, community gathering, Tuesday, October 21st, 10 a.m. to 11:30 and 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the 10 High. Comprehensive Plan Meeting, Tuesday, October 28th, 4:30 p.m. City Hall. Fire Department meeting, Tuesday, November 4th, 7 p.m. City Hall. Regular council meeting, Monday, November 10th, 4:30 p.m. City Hall. Veterans Day, Tuesday, November 11th, city offices closed. If nobody else has anything, for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
For a second. Seconded?
Yes, sir.